Every morning when the sun comes out to play, it wears the same bright orange dress our Swami wears today. It's the color of Satya Sai, the color of love. He is love, He is love, He is everything, everywhere. We are love, and that is what creation is made up of. Satya Sai, Satya Sai, Satya Sai Babaji. Satya Sai, Satya Sai, Satya Sai Babaji. Oh Shirdi Sai, Satya Sai, Prema Sai Babaji. Oh Satya Sai, you and I, Satya Sai Babaji. And every evening when the sun goes down in its same bright orange dress, I feel the touch of Satya Sai, his love, his tenderness, as he enters the temple of my loving heart. He is love, He is love, He is everything, everywhere. We are love, and that is what creation is made up of. Oh, Satya Sai, Satya Sai, Satya Sai Babaji. Oh Shirdi Sai, Satya Sai, Prema Sai Babaji. Oh Satya Sai, Satya Sai, Satya Sai Babaji. Oh Satya Sai, you and I, Satya Sai Babaji.
If life were a bed of roses, would I cherish you, my Lord? If you gave everything I wanted, would I still need you, my Lord? And the thorns of life that I prick, you remove so lovingly. You keep what I want, but give me all I need. My Guru, my guide, my mother's side. My Guru, my guide, my mother's side. श्री साईनाथ गुरु गोविंद श्री साईनाथ गुरु गोविंद श्री साईनाथ गुरु गोविंद श्री साईनाथ गुरु गोविंद परदिपुरीश्वर जय गोविंद परदिपुरीश्वर जय गोविंद परदिपुरीश्वर जय गोविंद परदिपुरीश्वर जय गोविंद प्रशांति निलया राज गोविंद प्रशांति निलया राज गोविंद प्रशांति निलया राज गोविंद प्रशांति निलया राज गोविंद श्री गुरु जय गुरु विठल 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 गोविंद श्री साईनाथ गुरु गोविंद श्री साईनाथ गुरु गोविंद परदिपुरीश्वर जय गोविंद परदिपुरीश्वर जय गोविंद प्रशांति निलया राज गोविंद प्रशांति निलया राज गोविंद श्री गुरु जय गुरु विठल 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 गोविंद श्री साईनाथ गुरु गोविंद देवी साई माँ देवी सरस्वती देवी साई माँ देवी सरस्वती देवी साई देवी सरस्वती दुर्गा भवानी कालिका पालिनी दुर्गा भवानी कालिका पालिनी दुर्गा भवानी कालिका पालिनी असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मा अमृतं गमय। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः।
Was looking at some of the devotees, whether you look at Prahalada from the Satya Yuga, Mirabai from our own Kali Yuga, any Yuga you look at, the devotee seems to be suffering a lot in the eyes of others. You go and ask the devotee, go and ask Mirabai, go and ask Prahalada, the Lord is making you suffer. They'll tell, no, I'm not suffering. Because that is what a true devotee does. I was just thinking in our times with Swami, who can be like a devotee like that? And the one person that came to my mind is Professor Kasturi. Anybody who has read Loving God, the book, or anybody who has read the experiences of Professor Kasturi, wow, who would not like to trade places with Professor Kasturi? I know that I won't be able to see all your responses, but I'm sure that the amount of, the proximity that he received, one day he's standing in his room. From his room, he could look at Swami's room whenever Swami comes out, So he's waiting and looking. And in fact, when Swami Amritananda told Kasturi, even if the Maharaja promises you a palace, don't give up this window that you have got. Because all the wealth of the world will not be able to buy you a window through which you can see God. He calls it Kanakana Kindi. Kanakana Kindi again is a reference to Kanakadasa, a saint who was from a lower caste and not allowed into the temple. And he went behind the temple and kept praying. The idol of Lord Krishna turned around and the wall broke, making a window so that Kanakadasa could have darshan of his Lord Krishna. Even to this day, if you go to Udupi, that's how it is. You have to have darshan of Lord Krishna from behind, not from the front. So he tells Kasturi, this is Kanakana Kindi. So Kasturi is standing at this Kanakana Kindi and waiting to see his Swami. Suddenly, two hands come and cover his eyes. Guess who? And Professor Kasturi's response is just tears. He just makes Swami's hands wet with his tears. That is the kind of proximity he enjoyed with Swami, Sat beside Swami. And just, it's not just about physical proximity. He experienced Swami. On one occasion, when Swami and he were in a room, Swami simply collapsed in Professor Kasturi's arms. He collapsed, went into a trance, his body became stiff, and from his mouth, vibhuti began to exude. So much vibhuti. Professor Kasturi didn't know what to do. He just placed Swami on the bed and waited. And after a while, Swami came back. And then Swami said that in Dehradun, there's a Dr. Krishnamurti. His mother is a devotee, right? She's in her last moments. And she prayed that she wanted to see me. So I went, gave darshan, gave vibhuti to her and came. And as Swami is telling this, these were the early days of Professor Kasturi. So it's amazing how he came to Swami itself. In the first ever interview that Swami called him in, it was just like an informal conversation. Swami tells him, you will write my Jivana Charitra, meaning you will write my life history. Kasturi is wondering, I don't even believe this guy. I don't even know who he is. He's like younger than my son. And he's telling me that I'll write his life history. He just doesn't know, but that is how it is. That is the special place the avatar had for Professor Kasturi, and Professor Kasturi is the biographer for Bhagwan. Satyam Shivam Sundaram. Part 1, Part 2, Part 3, Part 4. If you haven't read it, please do. Magnificent. Magnum opuses there. And yeah, this Professor Kasturi, so that is the way he has come to Swami. And here, when Swami is telling him all this about Dehradun, he says, Swami, can I just note down what you're telling? All these details? And Swami knows that Professor Kasturi is thinking that, hey, I think Swami is making up some story now. That is why. So he takes a piece of paper and gives it to Professor Kasturi and says, yeah, write down, Kasturi. 3 days from now, one letter will come. I will give that letter to you. You can tally it with all your notes. And Professor Kasturi writes down. And 3 days later, Swami sends word for Professor Kasturi and says, I had told you, right, one letter will come. That letter has come. Pick that up and read it. And he opens it. Exact matching, detail by detail, what Swami had said. Because it takes 3 days for a letter to reach from Dehradun to Puttaparthi. And that day, when Professor Kasturi sees it, he says, Anandam, Anandam, Anandam. Anandam means bliss, bliss. Anandam, Anandam. He goes mad in a way. Mad meaning he doesn't want anything else. Anandam, Anandam, goes back home. And he says, how blessed we are. We are living with the avatar. Anandam, what it is. You know what it is. He loses interest in food, loses interest in sleep. Anytime anybody sees, he says, Anandam, 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 Anandam. In fact, 2-3 days later, Swami meets his mother, Professor Kasturi's mother, and asks, how is Kasturi? She says, Swami, don't know what has happened. He keeps telling Anandam, Anandam, we are living with Bhagwan. He's not eating, he's not sleeping. Something has happened to him, Swami. And Swami says, don't worry. When anybody gets a glimpse of truth, this is what happens. A glimpse of truth, this is what happens. But don't worry, I'll bring him back to normalcy. That evening, Swami calls him and cracks some jokes and plays and talks, and that's it. After that, Professor Kasturi is back to normal. But you see, that is what it is. If we live in awareness of who Swami is, that's it. We'll just be in bliss always. It will not matter. Food, drink, nothing else will matter. Why I'm telling about this Professor Kasturi is, when we read more and more incidents, how much near he was to Swami, how much dear he was to Swami. Oh my God, anybody will feel jealous. But that's because along with Professor Kasturi, his bhakti also grew. If we look at his life with another perspective, it's just filled with accidents, tragedies, disease, and death. That's how it is. All his life is like that. I don't know if anyone has gone into that depth. I've also kept discovering. In fact, many of these things are narrated to us by his daughter, Padmama Garu. Because Professor Kasturi never made a mention of any of these. He lost his son, his eldest son, in 1948, even before he came to Swami. He was shattered. In fact, that is what in a way led him to come to Swami also. But it's not as if after he came to Swami, things reduced. Then began the greatest tragedies. His own wife, for 11 years, she was paralyzed. And he took care of her all by himself. She passed away before him. When he was in his 80s, his other son also passed away. His other son was a geologist, a very reputed geologist. He passed away. His daughter, whose wedding Swami himself performed, had so many marital troubles. Life was filled with troubles. So much so that his daughter, as I said, Padmama Garu, she tells that one day she went to her father and said, Father, what are you doing? What kind of God are you holding on to? Heartless. See your life, your own wife, your children, everybody, all troubles are there. And you're simply sitting here, not even telling him anything. And she says that her father's response just floored her. What did Professor Kasturi say? Professor Kasturi said, my dear daughter, you're totally justified in telling me all this. But what do I do? I'm convinced that he is God. And God is extremely loving. God is extremely powerful. Whatever he does is good for me. I don't feel like asking anything. I won't ask anything. But don't you worry. You are justified in your anger. Yes, what you're saying is true. But what can I do? I'm helpless. I'm helpless because I know Swami is God. Never he took any of his problems to Swami. Never. In fact, I have read this multiple times, and every time when I read, I get very overwhelmed. In 1987, that is the year Professor Kasturi passed on. That's such a beautiful story, such a beautiful experience. 1 year before that, his health started failing him. He got confined to a wheelchair. He would always go around in that chair. And Swami would crack jokes. Swami would say, chairman is coming. Chairman is coming. And then Swami would also say, this is 19th century model. Professor Kasturi was born in 1897. So Swami would say, a very old model, this 19th century model. Swami often says that Prasanthi Nilayam is a workshop where all of you cars come and get repaired, right? Swami used to tell in those days, this model even my workshop can't repair. The joke. But in the joke as well, Swami is giving hints, right? This model can't be repaired. The moment Kasturi knew that he can't be repaired, he just got prepared. That is what a devotee does. That is what happens when bhakti grows. He never complained to Swami. Others would tell Swami, please, something do to him. Swami is failing. He got jaundice. He had a nearly broken back. Didn't tell anything to Swami. Cried when his back was broken because he said, I won't be able to climb the steps and go to my Swami. How will I live without my Swami? Not the pain. The suffering was that I am not able to go to Swami. Only focus, never asked. In fact, because others asked, many occasions Swami sent Vibhuti for him. But he would take the Vibhuti, nothing happened to his health. He didn't improve. He remained like that only. But he didn't bother as well. That is how he led all. In fact, when it came to June 1987, Swami was in Vrindavan and Swami had a fall. And when Professor Kasturi got to know this, he said, no, I must go. I have to go to Swami. Please take me to Swami. Take me to Swami. He was not interested in anything else. Swami. His daughter and others who were there had a very, very difficult time convincing Swami stay back. In fact, his daughter was saying, she told her father, you're not just my father. You are Prasanthi Nilayam property. If I take you to Bangalore and on the way something happens to you, it's not just a daughter losing her father. It's an asset of Prasanthi Nilayam going off. So I don't have the right to take you like that. But he said, no, please take me. She said, I will inform there that you want to come. No, please don't inform because if Swami gets to know, he'll tell, no, don't come. But I must inform. Okay, inform after night 9 o'clock. Because Swami would have retired and he can't tell me that don't come. All these things, that was his longing for Swami. Then somehow they convinced him. They said, no, the taxi that you have booked is not good. We'll book a good taxi, wait. If you want, write a letter, I'll take it and go and give it to Swami. So he wrote a letter. And his letter was in very illegible handwriting. He could barely hold a pen. It was so weak. You know what? Swami writes back a letter to him. And every time I read that letter, I feel so emotional because that letter gives us the focus in life. What we need to do in life. And I get emotional because I realize, what am I doing in life? This is what is most important in life. I'm not doing that only. I'm complaining and going behind 100 other things. Just imagine when you take a flight from South Africa or Kenya, anywhere, to come to India, to come to Puttaparthi. The goal of taking the flight is to reach Puttaparthi. Yeah, in the flight, we'll watch in-flight entertainment, we'll eat something, we'll drink something, we'll have some fun. We are not taking the flight to watch in-flight entertainment and have fun. Those are things we do to spend time in the flight, that's all. Always our focus is reaching there. Even if there's no in-flight entertainment, if you ensure that I can reach my goal, it's enough. But if you give me the greatest of entertainment, but you tell me that the flight is not going to land in India, it's going to come back to South Africa or Kenya, then I won't take that flight, however luxurious it might be. We don't do it for the flight, but we do it in life. We get so engrossed in our relationships, in our health, in our wealth, in our children, we just forget what is the goal of life. I'll read this letter. Swami says, April 1987, Swami writes a letter to Kasturi and says, Kasturi, accept my blessings. Do not have fear of any kind. Swami is always within. Swami is always within and around you. Be brave. Think of him. Think of him alone. Give up any other thoughts. Body is a water bubble. Don't spend time worrying about it. Spend time thinking of Swami only, your loving father. That's all. Only Swami. Swami, Swami, Swami only. That's all is there in the letter. And for the first time, Professor Kasturi gets energy when he gets this letter from Swami. He's much better. And Swami then comes to Puttaparthi. But Professor Kasturi is not able to go for darshan. And as he is listening to the Guru Purnima discourse from his own room, he calls his grandson and he tells him, go and tell everybody Kasturi is gone. I am the Atma. Kasturi is not there. Go and tell everyone. Grandson got petrified. Tata, grandfather, don't tell like this, please. Eat some food. No, Kasturi is dead. I am the Atma. Grew weak, had to be admitted into the general hospital. Became August. And he became so weak. And finally, one day they saw that he was not responding. So the news was brought to Swami. That Swami, he's gone. Swami said, no, I'll come. He's not gone. So they thought that immediately after Bhajan, Swami is going to come to the general hospital. This was the 14th of August. Or 15th of August. Yes, 15th of August. Very, very interesting that it is the Indian Independence Day, a day of independence. And Swami, instead of going to the hospital, goes to the auditorium where the students are planning 1987. This was the first year anniversary of the School of Business Management, the MBA course. And they were planning a drama. 21st of August is MBA day. So they were planning a drama for that day. And Swami went to watch the rehearsal of the drama. Watched it. Was so involved in it, guided the boys, everything. Suddenly at 11:30 got up and said, I have to go to Kasturi. He's calling me. Swami went to the general hospital. It was too late because Kasturi was gone. There was a sepulchral silence in the entire hospital. Swami walked up. The only sound that was being heard was that of water dripping from the tap in the bathroom connected to Professor Kasturi's ward. Swami entered it and told one of the sisters there, shut the tap. In that complete silence, Swami goes to Professor Kasturi's ears and says, Kasturi, in the depths of silence, the voice of God is heard. And Professor Kasturi opens his eyes and says, Swami. And he tells Kasturi, your time has come. Swami, I am very, very happy. Swami creates vibhuti, puts it in a glass of water, and then feeds Kasturi. Then goes out and tells the doctor, tell every person who is there to come and get the punya or the merit of giving this water to Professor Kasturi. That's how everybody comes. Swami says, yes, 3 more hours. He will go after that. He will come to me. Exactly as Swami said. That's when Professor Kasturi stops. Then because it's in the evening, Swami said, let the body be placed in a guest room. There was a guest room beside the general hospital. Swami said, let it be there. And we'll do the funeral rites next day morning. Next day morning, so it has to, the body has to stay for 12 hours, right? Swami says, let nobody be there. Shut the room. Let the body be there. Swami, let somebody be there because, ants, insects will start coming to the body. Swami says, nothing will come. And the next day when they open it, actually, the body is so fresh and there's a kind of radiance from Professor Kasturi's face. Though he had become so weak because of all that, that radiance was unmissable. And there was a fragrance. And Swami says, yes, because I was there throughout with him. And on the 15th of August, the whole of Prashanti Nilayam, the whole of Puttaparthi sings bhajan and Vedam and participates in the funeral procession for Professor Kasturi. And Swami Karunyananda, another great Swami, his life is another great one. He lived up to the age of 107. He also passed away in 1997 at Puttaparthi. He was there and he comes back and tells Kasturi's daughter that, when there are different ways in which the life force is supposed to leave the body, and if it leaves through the skull, it happens only to realize souls. So he comes and says that is the Kapala method in which Professor Kasturi's life left, because there was an explosion and the skull cracked when the funeral was going on. At that point in time, Swami comes to the daughter and tells daughter and the grandson and says, you both are my responsibility. Don't worry about anything else. Don't worry about your father. He's with me. He has merged in me. In fact, Swami says, don't do any rituals, annual rituals, and don't do anything at all. Because that is needed for soul's progress. He has reached the ultimate destination. And Professor Kasturi reached that ultimate destination because his bhakti was mature. Never for once he asked. I felt that this would be the apt example for today, because if I empathize with all the people, I know that I just cannot explain why someone lost his or her father, his or her uncle, his or her child, wife, husband. So much loss has happened. What can we do about it? We threw the dice and landed at the mouth of a snake. The rules of the game is that we go down. What can we do about it? Instead of criticizing, crying and telling Swami, asking him why he did something, let us instead grow mature in our bhakti. Let our bhakti grow. Let us realize that irrespective of who we are, what we do, our goal here is to reach him. Because if we don't reach him, everything else is a waste. Doesn't matter at all. And if we reach him, again, nothing else matters at all. The ultimate happiness is in union with God. The ultimate peace is in union with God. The ultimate contentment is in union with God. And that is all that we seek in our life. Peace, contentment, happiness.
స్త్రీలు కూడినప్పుడే జగత్తంతా కూడాను ఒక పవిత్రమైనటువంటి దేశంగా రూపొందుతుంది.
It's only when the women get together that the whole nation becomes something exemplary.
ఈ స్త్రీల యొక్క సంఘము ఎంతనో గొప్ప విలువను సంపాదించింది.
So this society of women lends it a lot of dignity.
ఇటువంటి స్త్రీ తత్వమును ఈనాటి పురుషులు కూడాను గుర్తించడానికి ప్రయత్నించటం లేదు.
So men should make an effort to understand this a value in women.
దేశమును కూడాను హస్తగతము గావించుకునేటువంటి శక్తి కలిగినటువంటి స్త్రీలు ఈ స్త్రీలు.
These women are those who can really do such things in the world.
స్త్రీలు కేవలం సామాన్యమైనటువంటి యొక్క బానిసలుగా భావిస్తున్నారు అనేక మంది పురుషులు.
Men think that women are just subordinate to them.
కాదు కాదు,
It's not so.
వారు తలంచినప్పుడు జగత్తునే ఒక మూట మాదిరి కట్టగలరు.
When they just think they can just bundle up the world.
అటువంటి శక్తి సామర్థ్యములు కలిగినటువంటి స్త్రీలను మనం ఈనాడు చులకన చేయటం చేతనే మన గతి ఈ విధంగా మారిపోతున్నది.
It's because we're belittling such women who can do such tremendous stuff. The world has come to this state
స్త్రీలు
today.
సాధించలేనటువంటిది లేదు లోకంలో.
There is nothing that a woman cannot achieve.
అలాంటి స్త్రీల యొక్క తత్వము మనం దినము కూడాను గుర్తించి వారికి తగినటువంటి ఉత్సాహమును కూడాను కల్పించి వారికి తగినటువంటి సమాజం లోపల తోడ్పాటు గావించాలి.
Recognizing this quality in woman, we will have to give her support and try to encourage her and see that she becomes the pillar in
అలాంటి
society.
ఎంకరేజ్మెంట్ ఏమాత్రము చేయటం లేదు స్త్రీలకు.
The women do not get encouragement at all.
ఏదైనా ఒక సత్సంగంలో ప్రవేశించినారా అంటే ఈ పురుషులకు దానిపైన కోపం కలుగుతుండేది.
If they go to satsang, become angry.
వారి స్వార్థము వారి స్వప్రయోజనముకి మాత్రమే ప్రయత్నిస్తున్నారు. కానీ స్త్రీల వల్ల జగత్తునికి ఎంత ఉపకారం కలుగుతుంది, ఎంత పవిత్రమైనటువంటి మార్పు పడుతుంది అనేటువంటి సత్యాన్ని వారు గుర్తించుకోలేకపోతున్నారు.
They are only thinking of their own selfishness or the self-comfort. They are not able to realize that through women alone they can progress into some.
చాలా వరకు స్త్రీల యందు స్వార్థరహితమైనటువంటి హృదయం ఉంటుంటాయి.
Women have got a heart which is devoid of selfishness.
దయా ప్రేమల చేత వారి హృదయం నిండి ఉంటుంది.
Their heart is full of compassion and kindness.
పిల్లలను పోషించేటువంటి విషయం లోపల ఎంతనో జాగ్రత్తగా ఉంటుంటారు.
In bringing up their children, they are so careful.
ఒక్క క్షణమైన కూడా భర్త సహించుకోలేడు.
Even one moment the husband cannot
కానీ ఆ
tolerate it.
పిల్లలను పోషించేటువంటి విధానంలో రాత్రింపగలు ఎంతనో పాటుపడుతుంటారు.
Night and day the woman will strive to look after her child.
ఆ పిల్లల యొక్క ప్రవర్తనకు ఎన్నో విధమైనటువంటి తోడ్పాటు కూడా చేస్తుంటారు.
And she will always support the child in many of its actions and thoughts.
భవ భయహరణ వందిత చరణ భవ భయహరణ వందిత చరణ భవ భయహరణ వందిత చరణ భవ భయహరణ వందిత చరణ జయ రాధ జయ మాధవ గౌరీ 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 మంగళ చరణ చలిమల దహన మంగళ చరణ మంగళ చరణ కలిమల దహన నారాయణ కేశవ నారాయణ కేశవ జయ రాధ జయ మాధవ గౌరీ జయ జయ రాధ జయ మాధవ గౌరీ జయ భవ భయ హరణ వందిత చరణ భవ భయ హరణ వందిత చరణ భవ భయ హరణ మంగళ చరణ జయ రాధ జయ మాధవ గౌరీ జయ రాధ జయ మాధవ
शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः जय बोलो भगवान श्री सत्य साई बाबा जी की जय।
ॐ साईश्वराय विद्महे सत्यदेवाय धीमहि तन्नः सर्वप्रचोदयात्। ॐ साईश्वराय विद्महे सत्यदेवाय धीमहि तन्नः सर्वप्रचोदयात्। ॐ साईश्वराय विद्महे सत्यदेवाय धीमहि तन्नः सर्वप्रचोदयात्।